That way you all at least get that message. Let me let these other beautiful friends in. Okay, and let me go make sure everybody's muted. Don't be offended if I mute you. It's not out of lack of love. It's if not, it creates a weird echo on our device, or well, not necessarily while it's going, but our recording. Whenever we depend on, I don't know if someone has it on speakerphone or what the deal is, but it always creates this weird alien sound throughout the whole recording. It's annoying. So I am so excited that everyone's on here for Lunch and Learn. And what I love about this Lunch and Learn, it's kind of a midweek pick me up, and it's for the whole Mary Kay world, from someone that just signed their agreement to our speaker, like our speaker today, someone that's retired in Mary Kay. We have everybody here, and I love that. I love the camaraderie. I love that every division can get on this. It's really for the whole Mary Kay world. So if you're new, if you're a newbie, I do have a Facebook group called Lunch and Learn. I basically have them recorded, and then I give me about 24 hours. Sorry, my phone's blowing up. Give me about 24 hours and we get the recording up there. But if you're a YouTuber, you can just go to Jennifer Enlow and you can always catch it sooner. But I will post in that Lunch and Learn Facebook group too. And some of my Voxer groups and Facebook groups I'm already part of. I love you all, but I will not join all the other Voxers and Facebook groups. It overwhelms my brain. I'm already part of too many and I can't take that on. But I created a Facebook group for all of you. So thank you for being part of this and spreading the word to everybody. We have a beautiful lady today. We are so blessed, Bea, that a Emeriti decided that she would be willing to share with us. And who better to learn from? Someone who's walked the walk and talked the talk, right? And I have the honor of having Paula and Catherine kind of adopted into my group, and that's how I got connected with Bea. And Bea, I just want you to know your legacy stands strong. You're so admired by so many. You're retired, and you decided to get back to the Mary Kay community in this Go Give way that you did not have to take your time to do. And so we just deeply appreciate you. Thank you so much for Mary Kay would be so proud. And thank you for just taking your time to do that and to carry on what she wanted created. So I'm just going to mute myself and let you take over.
Okay, that sounds great. Well, let's just get to it. So as Jennifer, thank you for the opportunity. And Paula and Catherine, you guys, I miss you guys, but I know you're doing great and you're in great hands. So I did want to share a little bit about my story and what I learned along the way, and maybe a couple tips that can help you. So yes, I retired about a year and a half ago. And my blood, though, still runs pink because my daughter is a legacy sales director. And so I like to be there to support her with questions and ideas and so forth. And it has been really exciting because, well, her story, she came home from the hospital in a pink Cadillac. I was already a Cadillac sales director when she was born. If you ask her, she'll say, I've been in Mary Kay for 36 years, but officially for 3. So she's a sales director, and through the legacy program as a national director, she was able to take on 230 well-seasoned Mary Kay consultants that were part of the Mountain Mover Group, which I developed over my Mary Kay career, along with being a national director. I am going to share some things she has discovered as she did a pulse survey when she first debuted as a director and attained all these people. So I'm going to share that in a few minutes. But what I really want to do is just give you a little bit of my perspective in hindsight, because I think it's going to give you insight while you're in your career, whether you're a consultant or director. There's highs and lows in this business, and sometimes it can be a little bit discouraging. I don't want you stuck there, because from my point of view, now 40 years into it, I can say, oh my goodness, there's so much wealth and richness in the career. So I want to start with just the gratitude that I have, the gratitude for Mary Kay herself, the role model. Because when you think of Mary Kay, she was a woman with grit. And when you think about 1963, when she started, it was part of the civil rights movement, the women's rights movement. Women were making 49 cents on the man's dollar. And her husband passes away when she's about to start her company. All of this, that Mary Kay overcame, allows us to be part of this awesome company today. So the fact that she's a role model as a woman with a mission, a woman ahead of her time, that her whole life she was an overcomer, I just want you so proud of that legacy, that woman, Mary Kay, with the courage that she had, that she was so bold and unshakable and committed to her vision. And I want you to know something, just by affiliation, whether you're a consultant or director, you're all those things. You're bold, you're unshakable, you're committed to your vision by association.
Recording.
And if I could give you anything today, I want to so ignite your pride to be associated with this company. And I want to help you crank up your voice to be loud and proud, super confident about the product and the opportunity. And I want you to share it with people, because people need to know our Mary Kay story, whether it makes them a better customer, whether it makes them an ambassador for you to refer people, whether it excites them to start the business. They need to hear the Mary Kay story, because what we do, ladies, we represent integrity, love of humanity, equal opportunity to become unequal, unlimited opportunity for success, and it's not based on circumstance or education. And this part just fuels my heart, because with Mary Kay, if you look at the top 10, even in the last Applause magazine, 7 out of 10 immigrated to the United States. Probably half of them don't have a college education. Mary Kay herself only graduated from high school. So wow, this is an equal opportunity to be unequal. Let that sink in for a moment. What a gift you have in your hands to offer all women to take advantage of it, whether they're the Harvard MBA graduate or whether they have a 6th grade education. What this opportunity does, like, it's an equal playing field and it changes lives. So wow, are you really up to something so great? So why I wanted to emphasize in the first few minutes is the pride in the company. And I want that to sink in, because to the degree that you believe, you will take your business to that level. Now take that on a minute, because that's kind of deep, but really I heard this recently and I thought, it's really true. To the level that you believe in the product and the opportunity in yourself is to the level that you succeed in the business. So if you have any little doubts floating around, I want you to scratch those, because that's not going to serve you in fulfilling on your mission to share the Mary Kay opportunity. All right, next on my agenda to share with you are some of my takeaways from reflecting on my career. And this, I think, is really important as well. And that is, what is our job? Our job is to help women look and feel beautiful. Wow, our job is to help women look and feel beautiful, not in a salesy or a pushy way, but in a genuine and authentic way. And through the Mary Kay opportunity, what is our job? It's to help women live their best life. Wow, we're really up to something so great. We change the world here in what we do in our job description. Don't get confused, people. What we're doing is helping women look and feel beautiful and helping women live their best life. Wow. And I love that what we do is we teach so many skills in Mary Kay. Oh gosh, it's priceless. Money management, time management, goal setting, communication, leadership. Wow. And then, of course, the confidence that comes from the opportunity, friendship that comes from the opportunity, income that comes from the opportunity. And I heard along the way this quote, I think it was from National Sales Director Carolyn Ward, but she said, there's no more noble a calling than to help others find their greatness. Keep the focus there. There's no more noble a calling than to help others find their greatness. I know for me, gosh, 40 years ago, I wanted to make a difference in the world, and Mary Kay was the platform. And I'm so glad I found that out so early in my career. Now, I want you to think about this, because I want to make it personal now. Where does Mary Kay match the impact that you want to make in the world? Maybe for you, it's serving other people, or maybe you just love sharing knowledge or mentoring others, or maybe you just want to challenge yourself to use up all your God-given talents and gifts. Maybe you want to be a role model for other women. Maybe you want to share your faith. Maybe it's a combination of things. Regardless, the sooner you make the connection with your impact you want to make, or your why, or your purpose, or your calling, whatever you want to call that, but the sooner you make that connection, what will happen is that you will find that your work becomes effortless and you achieve your goals more simply, more easily. You're finding more fulfillment in your work. So when you decide what it is and you really realize that Mary Kay is in fulfillment of your calling, wow, the struggle is gone. You connect the dots. You will be energized, and nobody can rain on your parade. No, but there's no downers out there. There's nothing negative in your world because you are aligned. And that's a really important thing. So now two things. One is you will be successful to the degree you believe. And then number two, your work will become effortless when you're in fulfillment to your calling here. You identify what that is. Going forward, I just wanted to share with you some of the lessons that I learned along the way, and maybe this can be helpful to you. One is fail forward to success. We don't talk about that too much because failure sometimes has that stigma that it's bad, but actually failure is good because that's how we learn and that's how we refine and actually ultimately gain more confidence. So I wanted to share a couple of stories maybe, but one in particular. I was on target for my car as a consultant back in the day. I'm on target and I had the director that was like Miss Enthusiasm. So she would throw a party. She'd have cake and balloons and bees on target for her car. Yay, let's celebrate. Month one, woo! And then I'd fall off. Month two, ugh. Then I got on target for my car. And then guess what? We celebrated all over again. And then what happened? I fell off. By the third time, I was like, I am going to make month two here, or I'm going to walk into oncoming traffic because I cannot take this any longer. I cannot take not making my month two. But there was a fatal flaw in my thinking. And my thinking was, and if any of you suffer from this, oh my gosh, the month's half over. How could I possibly make month two? I don't have enough time to do it. How could people possibly get into the business, sign up as a consultant, get their inventory, get going in business? Oh my, I'll just wait and start over next month. That's exactly my mindset. That's exactly what I was doing. And that was causing the failure. Then along the way, I went to seminar, good lesson there. And I heard a speaker and she talked about the peak to peak principle and Dr. Robert Schuller and this book. And so I got a copy of the peak to peak principle. Not that you got to go get the book. I don't even think it's in print, but the bottom line was this. He says, you don't stop. You work until the very end, the very last minute, the miracle will happen. And you can't give up too soon. You can't give up before the miracle. But just that shift in my thinking changed all those failures into, I met month two, I met month three. I was done with the car at that time in 2.5 months. By the 15th of the month, I was done. What changed was my thinking, but what prompted it was failing to forward to success. And really what happened, it was the last day, second to the last day, maybe I was having an interview and I needed a miracle. Well, I had a miracle. She came through and somebody else had ordered and, there I was. Another one, oh my goodness, this was a big failure to success, but fail forward to success. I was wanting to become a national director. I was lining up all the directors that you need. Circumstances happen. I had 3 directors resign in one day. I cried. I actually cried with Susan Johnson, with Mary Kay, because it was a blow, but then I had to just regroup and it just built my confidence. It didn't really matter what people choose to do. I knew what I was going to do and it didn't really matter. I was just going to find new people. And that bounce back ability is a gift from failing forward to success. So if that helps anybody, that's a freebie. Okay. Another great lesson was I learned at my first seminar, actually. Mary Kay said from the stage at my first seminar in 1983, and I know I'm talking a little bit about seminar here, but I signed up April 27th and I went to seminar that July. So if you're new, that's no excuse not to go. My goodness, it changed the trajectory of my career because I heard Mary Kay from the stage say, God doesn't give you the dream without the ability to make it happen. It was never a matter of if it was going to happen, just a matter of when. So, boy, was that a foundational lesson for me that I just had to believe that I was going to have my time and it was going to happen. And I believed Mary Kay and I trusted her, and really I feel like I fulfilled every dream that I had in my career. Another lesson is, of course, we hear this one all the time, but everyone has that sign around their neck, make me feel important. And it's not a go give. It's not, it's go give, not go get. And this has had an incredible ripple effect over my life and my family's life. Is, gosh, make people feel important is just so amazing. How it just makes things flow and makes things work, and do it in all areas of your life, not just in Mary Kay. Another one, you can eat an elephant one bite at a time. If you have the challenge that your goals seem too big, and this was huge for me because I could see the big picture, but I couldn't always figure out, how am I going to do it? Like, national sales director, that's so big. How could little old me do that? Well, you eat the elephant one bite at a time. You just take those steps to make that happen. The next thing, so important, people skills. And people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. I love that one. People don't care how much you know. They need to know how much you care. Make sure that you really connect with people on that level of, they are a person first. They have feelings, they have things going on in their lives, they need support, and really connect on that level. Another favorite, oh gosh, if you think you can, you can. And if you think you can't, you're right. It's really simple. Your thoughts will govern your behavior, and your behavior determines your results. What you think about, you bring about. If you're not getting what you want, ask yourself, what's my predominant thought about booking? What's my predominant thought about my goal? What's my predominant thought about team building? Whatever your predominant thought, if it's not serving you, then you must change it to get to the next level, right? Right. Okay. And then keep your priorities: God, family, career. You need faith. This is the truth. You need faith, belief without evidence to make it in Mary Kay. Believe and achieve. The belief comes first. And I've talked a lot about belief because it's really, really important. And your thoughts, thoughts are free. This has always fascinated me. Thoughts are free, so we can freely choose what we want to think. So why wouldn't we choose thoughts that serve us in achieving what we want in life? Whether it be losing 5 pounds or crossing the finish line in Mary Kay, your thoughts are free. So use those to empower you and to work for you. Another thing that is such a great lesson, and it's nice to be important, but more important to be nice. National Sales Director Sandy Miller had another one too. That one, it's nice to be important, but more important to be nice. She also said, treat your friends like family and your family like friends. All such great lessons, right? So you can imagine, just super grateful for this whole journey for me, this journey of self-discovery, grateful for seeing women that I've mentored have that journey as well. It's just, gosh, like a paycheck of the heart for sure. And what I really figured out, I'm going to tell you a little story in a few minutes, but this is a big takeaway. And if this can help any of you, you don't need to be just like anybody else to be successful. You can't really compare yourself with other people. Otherwise, you're going to say, I'm not as good as her, and I'm not as good as her. And how could I ever be a director or a car driver or even a star consultant? How could I be a national sales director? What you have to get, and this was really big for me and pivotal, is that you need to work from your gifts, your talents, and your strengths. What's unique to you? I just decided there will always be people better than me. I just needed to look for my strength. And I remember very specifically thinking, how could I be a national? I'm just not as charismatic as Gloria Mayfield Banks, or I'm not as eloquent as a speaker as Pam Shaw, and I'm not as creative as other people. But you really have to get it that you just want to be the best version of you and work from your gifts. So I decided I like to train and teach and educate and create and share what I've learned. So anyway, work from your gifts and your strengths, and do not compare yourself. Comparison is the number one failure factor. Don't go there. Just don't go there. Just love yourself. That's the key. And I will say one thing that I say is universal among all national sales directors, and it's called self-acceptance. That's really what it is. We are all in this realm of self-acceptance, so and out of the realm of comparison. So I'm going to hold that story for a minute, but what I want to do is share a little bit of what I learned watching my daughter. And she comes from a corporate background. I'm so proud of her. She is a corporate attorney. She's worked really hard. She's smart. She's so taken so many lessons of Mary Kay away. I'll never forget when she took the bar exam. She passed on the first try, and she said, "Mom, it's not always the smartest kids that are going to pass. It's the ones that believe they could pass that pass." I just went into the bathroom, and before the exam, I took my Wonder Woman pose, and I just looked in the mirror and just affirmed myself. And I sat in the front row, and I, took the test for 3 days, and she just used all of that Mary Kayism in her life. So seeing her as a sales director, it's really been exciting. Some of the women, not a lot, but some of the women actually were at her baby shower 36 years ago. And they're in the unit today. They really rally for her, and she really rallies them. It's been so fun to watch that. But one of the neatest things she did is she took the group on and immediately did a pulse survey. So you could do this with customers if you're a consultant. You could do this with your unit if you're a director. And what she discovered from this Google form and all the statistics when the people responded to her questions, like what do you need more of, and how do you want to be communicated with? These were the results, and I thought it was really, really interesting. She said that the consultants wanted more email communication. More than Facebook groups or meetings, they ranked email communication, which was kind of a surprise, as how they wanted to be communicated. And above all, what they wanted was product education. So this massive consultants, email and product education, and that's what she started delivering, and it has really served well. Then those of them that wanted meetings, this was interesting, wanted them weekly, and over half of them wanted recognition in the weekly email and a calendar of events. So that was just a kind of interesting. So in preparation for this, I went and looked, because she gets a report, and we went and looked, and 84 people in the last 3 days have opened the email communication. With her unit size, that's 40% of all the consultants in her unit are opening that email that goes out Monday morning, every Monday morning. So we gave it 3 days. Most of them are on Monday, but Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 40% had looked at the email. And I want to share one of the neatest things that she decided is people don't click the links as much as they will click the arrow and watch the video. So she actually, her virtual assistant, embeds a product video right at the top of the weekly email. And it's really powerful. A lot of the video is from Instagram that maybe some of you have even produced, In Touch, the Mary Kay Facebook group, the Mary Kay Instagram, Mary Kay directors on Instagram, consultants on Instagram. So sharing all this powerful product information is really capturing people's attention. So here's something to think about. The value of constant contact. I don't know about you, but like, for example, just as a consumer in the world, I get emails from Macy's. So I don't know if I get 1 or 2 a week or whatever, but it's a sale, or they're watching one of my buying preferences and they're popping something there. Now, am I annoyed by the emails? Not really. If I don't want to look, I don't look. But if it's catchy, if the subject line is catchy, I look. Do I buy? I don't buy all the time, but I do buy. Recently, I just purchased something that I took on my national trip. So it works, is my point. Email works. So you might consider, if you're a consultant, doing like a Tip Tuesday email, not the e-card, but really create a distribution list and personalize it, and even put a video in it or whatever, and do it. You know, I think of the 222 plan. That was the original Constant Contact. And now we're just leveraging, say, email, because I'm really big that email is still king. Not everybody's going to see your posts. Not everybody's using social media. I think people are a little burned out on it. Some people anyway. So email is still king. And also, when you think about it, you don't own your Facebook group. If Facebook closed tomorrow, you wouldn't have that group. But if you had an email distribution list, you own that list. It's not subject to anything else. You own it, which I think is a really important thing. So I just wanted to encourage you to do more contact with customers. That's one idea that she's using. Another idea that has evolved somewhat, I call it a push post, but every Saturday at 10 a.m., a text, which would be a post they could use in a private group or their personal post, or they could use it as an email, or they could text it, and it goes out to her entire unit every Saturday morning. Now, consultants, the smart ones, they're forwarding it. They're using it as a post, an email, or a text. And real quick, one idea that just happened this week, and any one of you could do it. Let's see, this week it was this message. So with the link to the lookbook, it went out in a text. And the challenge I noticed was to do 10 of these texts. And I can't believe the responses that we're hearing from people getting sales. And the message is, hello, beautiful. I'm placing an order this Friday. Let me know if you like any of the fun new products or need to reorder your skincare. And then the link to the catalog. And they're texting it to people, and they're getting hundreds of dollars in sales. I think that the customers need to hear from consultants more often. You're not pushy. You're not a bother. You're just doing good customer service. And again, Macy's and all these other companies wouldn't be doing it if it didn't work. It's definitely a newer retail, phenomena. And so don't leave money on the table. Let's, copy the cats here that are doing it and put money in your pocket.
Could you repeat that?
Sure.
Just what you say.
Yeah. Hello, beautiful. I'll be placing an order this Friday, ! Let me know if you'd like any of the fun new products or need to reorder your skincare. That's it. Very simple. Hello, beautiful. I'll be placing an order this Friday. Let me know if you'd like any of the fun new products or need to reorder your skincare. And then the catalog, the link to the catalog. I suppose you could put your, your website, but the catalog, I just love how the catalog shows up page after page after page when you scroll on a phone. It just looks really great. And, some people are intimidated to order on a website and discouraged to do it. They just much rather just text you their order. In fact, you might even say, text me, because that's real. Some people don't like to order on the website. Now, I'm going to give you this last idea, and I'm really excited about it. I haven't used it, didn't build my business on it, but I can see a great use for it. Okay, apps, Mary Kay apps. Okay, let's kind of get over here. Mary Kay app, the one that the customer can place her order with. This idea was shared at the mother-daughter event that they do annually, and Corinne and I attended, and I can't remember which daughter, of course, a tech person, shared, but what if you had everybody at your party download the app? Okay, so they all have the app on their phone. You could even, as part of profiling or working with the hostess coaching, say to everybody, buy raffle tickets when you come to the Zoom or when you come to the party with the app downloaded. And then what you want to do, and I remember when I was working, I had an app for my unit and I had everybody pull up your phone. I was doing a group meeting, a guest event, pull up your phone, download the app. Let me show you how it works. Same idea. Hey, everybody at the party, download the app. Let me show you how it works. Click here, click here, click here. They could actually fill out their profile on the app. They can register on your website on the app. They can find you, obviously. They can place their order. All the prices are there. The tax is calculated. They can check out. Oh my gosh, it makes closing the party so simple. And what it also does is let people know how friendly the app is, and they can do future orders with that app on their phone. And I just thought it was a super, super idea. And I'm going to encourage you to check it out and see how it works for you. But I can just imagine how simple that is. And I think for new consultants, they don't need to know the prices. They just need to be really familiar with how that app works. And then, of course, they'll have their purchase will be saved in My Customer. You could probably tie it to your inventory. I mean, this could be revolutionary and really save so much time. Okay, I'm going to give you the quick story about not comparing yourself and kind of close. Okay, remember, you're going to be the best version of you, right? You are the best version of you. This is the deal here. You're not comparing yourself to anybody else. All right, so there I am, a brand new national sales director. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, we're going to go on our first national trip, my husband and I. Oh boy. And and I need a tote bag. I just need to get a tote bag because it's just easy to travel with a tote bag. And I'm thinking, well, gosh, if I were Carol Anton, who is my senior national, she'd probably get a Louis Vuitton tote bag. But, no matter what, probably no matter how much money I make, I'm not going to spend $3,000 on a tote bag. That's just not me. And then I thought, I was at Target and I happened to be through the tote bag section and I go, oh, that's kind of cute. But you know what? No national sales director is going to carry a tote bag from Target. I've come too far. I'm not going to bring a Target tote bag. And then in the mail, believe it or not, I received a hostess gift preview. And what was it? A tote bag. It was black nylon with black patent straps and a little Mary Kay emblem. And I thought, well, who would carry the free tote bag? I don't think that national sales directors would do that. I mean, I'm a new national. I'm just going to assume they wouldn't. I mean, so what's it going to be? So for me, I thought, forget it. I'm just putting too much energy into this. I don't want to make a mistake. I don't know what's appropriate. I'll just show up without a tote bag and I'll buy one when I'm there. Well, I get on the bus the first day, picking us up at the airport. And what do I see on the bus? Of course, Louis Vuitton. I see the Target tote bag. I see the Hostess gift tote bag. My point is this. Remember, I said the common denominator of national sales directors is self-acceptance. They're not worried about what tote bag they're carrying. They're carrying the tote bag that suits their personality. And what I want you to really get is don't make this bigger than it is. Don't get caught in the comparison trap of what you're not, or, just get it that you are enough. You are enough to make all your dreams come true in Mary Kay. Be loud and proud, up your belief level. Be all about serving others, know your calling, and just find your passion and really put your foot on the gas. Make your dreams come true. You hold the key and you can do it. So back to you, Jennifer.
Oh my gosh, that was fantastic. So many nuggets today. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't write fast enough. I'm going to go to the chat really quick. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Oh, some of them have actually watched you train and we're at your Sandy Cook was at your national debut. That's awesome. Oh, I love that. They're just saying how amazing you are in that chat. That's pretty much what's happening in there. Well, I want you to know how much, I don't know. Here's what I've done with the Lunch and Learns. Everyone's like, how do you pick what they're going to train on, what they're going to say? I'm like, I don't. I just say, I don't know. Just like I told Bea, I'm like, I don't know anything you want to talk about. because I just believe God works that out. It's just worked that way for me every week. I find the speakers, and I just feel like that week it never fails. I hear something that I was supposed to hear and needed to take on to go on with my business to go even further. And so Bea, you just, again, everything you said resonated with me. You're just phenomenal from head to toe. I just deeply, deeply love you and appreciate you. Your time, your excellence in this company, and still doing things for people in the company. And I don't know, I want to leave one quick minute open to anybody that, I don't know, wants to unmute or ask me anything that you need or say anything. I always want to leave a little time for that.
Well, Bea, we
Thank you,
miss
Bea.
you. And Bea, we do miss you. And is there, can we get the questions to the survey? Is there some way that Jennifer could put those on the Facebook page?
Sure, I can send them to Jennifer. I won't promise I'll do it today, but they will go to you, Jennifer. Yeah, they have your email. Yeah. I mean, it's worthwhile. I'd give a prize to make sure as many people respond as possible. But yeah, I'll do it.
Yes, that's awesome. Anybody else?
Listen, I really appreciate you taking the time, and I have so much enjoyed learning everything you poured into us today. But I just love the email aspect of it. And that just really kind of confirms when I've been talking to my clients lately. I'm kind of getting the same feedback, but I was like, well, maybe I haven't talked to all of them. But I think that's excellent, and I look forward to those questions too, so I can tweak it in and send it out just to see if where I'm going is the same direction that a lot of them are working on. But I love the fact of embedding the video. That's awesome into the email. Thank you so much for all of your positivity, and we really appreciate your Go Give.
You're welcome.
Oh, I love that. Well, thank you so much, lady, all of you, for joining, sharing this with everyone, making this event. I kind of giggled because a couple years ago, it was just me and my unit. And I just started creating these, and then it just kind of took on a life of its own. And I just love you all so much. Thank you for sharing it with everyone that you know and passing it along, because we were getting to hear from people that if you're not in that division, you never would have met or gotten to hear from, or that idea. And I just think all our brains are magical in some sort of way. And so we got to hear from everybody. So thank you all. Hope you have an amazing Thursday, the most magnificent May ever. And Bea, thank you, thank you, thank you.
I do want to compliment you, Jennifer, for taking the time and energy to put it together, because it does take work. So you're really blessing a lot of people with your Go Give spirit. So kudos to you.
Oh, thank you so much for saying that. Thank you. I hope you all have an amazing Thursday, friends.
Thank you so
Bye,
much.
ladies.